Welcome back everybody, I'm JustDaZack and today we're gonna have a look at Tau Cubis, and Tau Cubis is a classic tower defense game. I'm recording this 2 days before its official release, so if you want to check it out, link is as always down in the description, and as always, full transparency here, the developer reached out to me and gave me a free key. This is also why I'm recording this a little bit before its release. And yeah, what do I mean with classic tower defense? Well, at least classic for me means kinda like the good old Warcraft 3 modding community, so to speak. I think the tower defense genre in general came with like StarCraft 1 with modded games and with a level editor, and it has been a staple throughout all the past games as well. I had my most influence and my most playtime in tower defense games with like Warcraft 3. There has been so many. And what I mean with classic, I'm gonna get into a little while. For me, it actually kind of means like influencing the pathing of the minions. I'm gonna show you pretty much right now. We're gonna have a quick look at the settings menu. 3 languages right now, a bunch of video options, which I like. I think these are the default settings. I think I actually turned up shadow a little bit, but it ran beautifully. So let's bring it up to very high. Let's see how it runs like this. A bunch of audio sliders, nice to see, and even controls. Would be nice to maybe have some rebindable keys, but that's pretty much the only thing I can look at. So let's jump into it. Campaign mode, as you can see here, JustDaZack, it kind of takes my avatar. There seems to be a weird brightness going on here, but nothing too bothersome. So we also have a tutorial, and this is probably one of my biggest nitpick with the game. The UI, when you have the level select screen, might be a little bit overwhelming. I think it's visually very cluttered, and if you navigate here, okay, you have a bunch of things, you have so many colors, you also have kind of a little bit of a see-through with the background. Once you understand how the UI is being set up, it's kind of easy, but at the beginning I actually it took me an embarrassingly long time to actually start and find the tutorial, which is here, by the way. And we have 17 maps total, but that doesn't mean there isn't much replayability. But as you can see, there's a lot of extra modes as well, like mission mode, which is essentially just the, you're getting used to, you learn the map, and there's wave mode, and there's some other like super mission, super wave. Later on, there's gonna be some other modes where you can only use a specific tower type. There's score and high scores if you care about such thing. But how about I want to show you one map in particular. As you can see, I haven't unlocked all of them. I think I want to show you Boom, because this is pretty cool. You can see I beat this on the mission. We're gonna go with a wave, increasing wave of enemies. This should be a little bit more challenging. Let's jump into there, loading leaderboard. I'm not here. Let's see if we go with mission. Am I here? I'm not even here. I actually made on one of the maps like the 3rd place or something. Well, doesn't matter. Let's go wave. Let's finally start the game and let's see what Tau Cubis is about. So this is the map, and what I said earlier, what makes a classic tower defense game for me, and what is a thing that at least I feel not many games do, is influencing the path of your enemies. So what is this game about? This is where the enemies spawn, and this is also where the enemies leave the map, because the enemies that spawn are trying to get over here, because these are our cores. And then many enemies are trying to grab a core and then go all the way back over here. I think they start with the blue one and leave with the red one, and then you lose your core. And if you lose all the cores, you lose the game. So how do we prevent this? Well, by building towers. But more specifically, and this is what I really like, by influencing the path that the enemies take. And you can see here these little points here with the dots, or these building places. This is where you can place a tower. And if you place a tower, for example, let's just go with this pathway here, where my red hover over my mouse cursor, so to speak, is. So if I would place a tower here, of course the tower's in the way. So it's not like the enemies attack it. They instead say, okay, I'm not gonna go here. Well, probably not even take the way. So I'm gonna take this way. And then I'm gonna go right here to the right and go all the way over here and grab the cores and go back and here. But then, of course, we could place a tower here and place a tower here. So, or just one here. So they would instead go all the way around here. And then we're gonna place a tower here. So they're forced to go all the way around here. And this is how you can probably, if you're really smart, make like a super intricate multiple circles, turn around, like way pathway of the enemies. Was this any comprehensible English? I don't even know. But I'm excited to show you this. So once I place my first tower, the clock is gonna start, the waves are gonna come. There's another mechanic which is very interesting. So instead, that kind of prevents you. You can do and essentially spam all the towers you want. But the more money you have, the more money you gain, because there's an interest rate of like roughly 1%. So that means you can see top left, that's also kind of our score. So we are paying with our score. So if you're like a high score hunter, you want to try to really optimize the amount of money you spend into, well, buying towers, because that subtracts from your core score. It's kind of the same in a way. So there we go. We have a bunch of different towers. We can also upgrade them. I haven't unlocked all of them because the game so far is like per mission, you permanently unlock one of the newest towers. And for this map, for example, I unlocked the cannon tower, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to show you all of these. But for now, I'm going to start with the basic and the cheapest one, the machine gun tower. I'm going to place it right here because I want to use this mostly as a roadblock. So the enemies can't... wait, is this... No, this is... I'm gonna restart. Never mind. If you make an embarrassing mistake, you can also restart. And of course, I only did this to showcase the restart mechanic to you, because I actually don't want to place a tower here. I want to go over here, and I'm pretty sure I want to place a tower here. And I think I'm gonna place a tower here. So I paid 200 right now. I think this is already quite a bit. Enemies should spawn right about now. And I want to hold on until buying the next tower, because as you can see at the top with the score, now we're at 210. In a second, we're going to be at 212. And we've seen the number here go up. Like roughly, well, did I say maybe 10%? It's like 1% interest rate. And there we go. The first enemies come. We can kind of pause the game, but we can definitely also influence the speed. And the enemies are running, and the towers are automatically shooting. And they don't even get this one. So I'm going to immediately buy the next machine gun tower, so to block the pathway. So they're not going to take the route over here to the right into the core. Because there's another thing. If, of course, you lose if all the enemies, or the enemies take all the cores back to this teleporter. But once they touch one of these cores, you kind of lose on your high score. So I'm not a high score guy, but I'm kind of like, I want to do at least very good. And this is like essentially like the difference between, I don't know, 5 stars and 3 stars. With like other games. So the second an enemy actually grabs a core and just has it in its hand, you're already kind of, I don't know, are being outed as not as good as I want to be at the very least. So the enemies are coming, and of course the first waves are easy peasy. You're just gonna, you know, take your time, spend your money to influence the path. They're coming here very slowly, very quietly, and they try to go all the way. And our towers are gonna shoot. I don't even know what I'm just saying. I'm just wanna watch this. You can also influence the priority of the towers with the E key. Priority, you can see it in the top left, like always the fastest one, or the slowest one, or the closest one, or the healer one, or disruptors, which I'm not even sure if I've met any like disruptor enemies. But I'm gonna go with the default setting, which so far my tower placement and everything has been good enough that this is definitely sufficient. So right now the enemies would go and take this route, because this is free, it's the closest one, and then gonna go over here. They do split up sometimes. They try to go with the most optimal part, but the enemies do behave a little bit different. So for example, here at this crossing, it might be that some of them would probably just take the straight way down. Some of them would probably take like this way, but also some of them would probably also just take this route, because they, I don't know, they like the different options. So this is fine, they're gonna go over here. I think I wanna wait a little bit more on the money. And of course, per enemy defeated, you also gain money, a little bit of money. So the more dangerous the enemy, the more money you get for well, defeating one. And these small fry only give us like 10. This is totally fine. So right now I'm gonna place a machine gun right here. So right now this also decreases my interest. So this is why I wanted to hold up on this. Also, it takes a little bit of time until the tower is ready to act. Also, if we upgrade them, and I kind of like, even though it's like a little bit more of a minimalistic approach and visual style, I like it, how it's presented. It's very clear, very good. Oh, there's a tank already. These guys, well, are slower, but definitely have more HP. But I think for now we're doing okay. Again, I did this map once before, but that was also like on the mission basis. And the mission, like challenge 1, let's call it challenge 1. Those are super easy, at least so far up to this map. The challenge 2, where we have this amount of waves and we have not that much time in between, are definitely more challenging. But I also only played like 2 or 3. Okay. So far the enemies can't get past this. There's more here. As you can see, this is the closest pathway, and these guys take it. But for example, the tank and this one, they decided, no, we want to take this upper road. Enemies are a little bit different. So these are they are just the smallest fry. They move okay. They don't have that much health. A tank has more health, but moves slower. These guys, these green, yellowish one, they have an okay amount of health, but they also move way faster than the other units. And later on, there's going to be like a mech that has also not that much of a good movement speed, but those guys really have a lot of HP. But we're gonna see them soon enough. And I'm gonna show you all the other towers in time as well. By the way, I hope the game isn't too loud. It might even be too quiet. Please tell me as always. I want to have all the knowledge. But otherwise, with these shot sounds, you're gonna hear too much anyway. So we have 565 money right now. Again, I kind of want to hold on as long as possible before I buy a new tower, because I want to get the most out of my interest rate. But this already tells me I have to buy a tower soonish, pretty much right now. I'm gonna wait like one more time. Well, so how do I want to navigate them? Kind of like this. Okay, wait, they actually don't get past this. I'm pretty sure the tank will. But I kind of expected this other bot to already get past them. So you guys are going to shoot this one? No, you're not. That's fine. I'm going to buy a machine gun here. I kind of want to wait on the interest again. We're going to decrease it by 1. You should get this one, right? A single turret? There we go. This tank is kind of making me anxious, though, I have to admit. So let's actually invest a little bit more. No, this is not good. Let's hope these 2 are enough. Maybe the third one. Okay, it's enough. That's good. All right, here we go. Okay, there's a lot of enemies going on. There's a tank here. We're doing fine. Again, also here left click, we can upgrade them. I could upgrade the range or the power, but I'm gonna hold up on that a little bit because I want to have like my route that the enemies are supposed to take. I want to finish that first so that they spend as much time as possible. Man, there's already mech already. This is not good. Okay, I think I have to do that about now. So one thing I'm gonna do this for might be with a beam laser. Do I want to have this here? No, probably more on this side. So the beam laser is actually a very cool thing. Has a decent range. Has a cool visual effect. So this is essentially a tower that deals, let's call it poison damage. It has a damage over time effect, but also every enemy that has this damage over time effect takes more damage from other turrets, which is pretty cool. So, and also it lasts a pretty decent amount of time. So I really like these laser beams. Okay, we have our route ready down here. They should deal with this. I'm very afraid of these mechs, I'm not gonna lie. Kind of wanted to have a temporal tower here. Kind of screwed that up. So let's go instead with some power modules here at the end, because this mech might actually get through. I've talked too much instead of concentrating on what's happening on the field. Let's hope with 2 power modules that this is enough. Maybe if we're super... Come, please! Oh, barely. Also 150 money, which is pretty cool. Okay, we need more power modules. So I need to spend my money. I'm gonna place a cannon here. Cannon has a minimum range, but other than that, they have a good range overall. So minimum range where they can't attack, but they cover a lot of area here. So if I place this tower, you can see it again. So they can't really shoot in this inner circle, but they can shoot up to this outer circle. And they do a decent amount of damage as well, which is pretty cool. Okay, another pretty much full life mech. I'm gonna go with another power module. Again, I could spend so much more money to also upgrade more, but I also really want to make the very best out of the interest rate, because we're gonna need that soon. Okay. These upgraded towers, luckily, are pretty good. Doing upgrades definitely a smart thing. Okay, I think I actually want to have another beam cannon up here. Let's try to go with this. Alright. I might want to delay this one eventually to get a temporal tower, which is essentially a slowed down thingy. Do I want to do that right now? Yeah, otherwise I'm gonna forget. So let's go to this. So the range on that is super small. We can also increase the range though. And this is really going to slow down the movement. Like, look at this. And this is kind of my last line of defense. But for the time being, this is totally fine. So they're gonna get mowed down by the machine guns. There's another mech coming up. This does worry me. I actually think I want to have more power on this beam. Right about now, I'm also going to upgrade you with the power module. We can also upgrade them to a second thing. I unlock this. I can't upgrade them further than like upgrade 2, so to speak. And I'm pretty sure later on you can have more upgrades, but you need to play more maps to unlock this. So there we go. We can see how much the movement has been decreased. We have all the other towers. I think it's time for another cannon here. Let's actually go with 2. It has quite an impact on our interest rate, but I might really need this right now. Didn't expect the mechs to show up that early. Again, the missions, like the challenge 1, first time you play a map, super easy. And already on the second challenge, so to speak, which I'm playing right now, it's definitely different. But I like it. And I'm pretty sure, like, if you're, like, smarter than me, you can probably really optimize how the enemy moves. Probably way more. Like, maybe do another round here. They're gonna go move through this. Then over here, take a turn here, up here, and then around or so. Pretty, like, add just 1-2 more extra loops, which is super cool. But for me, this setup, I'm already proud of this. It's okay. Could probably be better. Okay, with the upgraded towers, we're doing fine here. We have the beam. The turrets keep shooting. Loving this. I could add something here, maybe another dot. I really like this damage over time effect. And again, only these 4 turrets so far, but I know that there's at least like a Tesla tower, and I think there's also like a nuclear tower, so quite a bit. But we still have 7 waves remaining. We're doing okay for the time being, but I probably want to spend my money soonish again. I could place another tower kind of here. Not here. By the way, of course, you can't completely block the pathway. So if I decide to build a tower here, machine gun, you can't build. So also, oh, sorry. Also right here, if I would now decide I want to build a cannon here, it doesn't work. So you always need to have one pathway to your cores. And again, technically, they need to grab a core, and it depends on the enemy. Normal enemies can only grab a single core. Maybe these mechs can grab multiple ones. There's some enemy types that can grab more. But then once they have the amount of cores, they still need to go this very same way back. So, technically, we are not in any danger to losing this, but also I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, so for me it's already a loss if they actually reach this. So we have a bunch of money, bunch of interest rate, only 5 waves remaining, so you know what, let's go, come on, full power here. Let's spend the money. I don't care about the high score, I just want to see and show some cool stuff. Let's go range module, no, I think more power. And you can also see it with the bars, how much that really changes. Power module, I'm gonna go with maybe another machine gun here. Also here the temporal, let's just get all the upgrades right now. Why not? What's your range? I think there's a button like T action area. Yeah, if I now press... Oh, did I upgrade this tower now accidentally? I did. Actually wanted to have range on that. Now I can also see the range of the individual towers. It's fine. So you guys are all power. I like these little extra red circles that appear around them, indicating that this has X amount of upgrades and also which ones. So for example, on this one, if I now go with the range module, because I can't reach the guys on that side, it has like more a purple circlet. I don't know, I really like this, I have to admit. Now let's also give it a power one. So power, you power, everyone gets power stuff. And yeah, a purple one and a red one. One for range, one for power. Can I have even more range on this one? I mean, sure, why not? We have the money. Let's go and just spend it all. I could also increase the range here, but I'm not sure if they can really shoot through because there's these boxes in the way, so hard to tell. Let's go with range anyway, because this one is in the middle. Let's upgrade these guys too, because again, we have the money. If I would go and try to hunt for like high score, so I would probably hold up on that. And it's kind of also like my perfectionism that I really want to wait until the last minute when I now I have to spend money, or otherwise an enemy. Oh, I sold the tower, or did I? No, I upgraded the tower. Only if I know like an enemy would really get and grab a core now, then I want to spend money. But it's fine. For the showcase, we could also go with the range. I could, but do I want to? I mean, it would last longer, but I could also just have one here. They don't even get that far anymore. Let's go with power. I like power. Do you like power? So is every single one of my turrets now? Nope. I want everyone on level 2. There we go. You too, all the power modules. And of course, with F and G, funnily enough, you can speed up the timer. I haven't even done this. So right now we are timing one last wave. Here we go, up to 16 times the speed. So if you think it's too slow, or for example, you know there's just a single enemy here in the corner, you need to get all the round to the next tower, you can just speed it up. And when I play privately, I also did that a lot. And then victory. And then you can see like all your score, which is your current amount of money, multiplied with your current core amounts, and then also multiplied if you have like perfect, meaning not a single enemy touched a core. And as you can see, because I spent so much money and didn't really emphasize on the interest rate, I only made like 145,000, while these others made so much more of a high score. They optimized their runs. Well, for sure, I still made 3rd place, so I guess that's the advantage playing this before its official release, right? And yeah, then again, we have a bunch of towers. One thing was kind of cool campaign. I think there was the map before, previous map. Yeah, this one. Just gonna show it to you real quick. Like, look at this. If you really want to build and emphasize, you know, your smartness, you have your core here in the middle, and then you can really build on all these spaces. And you have like a portal where they appear here, a portal where they would leave here, another appear portal here, another disappear portal here, and you have also these intersections. Yeah, like you have an outer line or outer ring and an inner ring, and you could really make a super long trip from a spawn point to the core to back, one of those things, I think. So if you're loving that kind of stuff, influencing the pathway in the most optimal way, I think you're gonna have a blast. This, ladies and gentlemen, that is Tau Cubis. Didn't quit back to main menu. But thumbs up for me. It's a classic tower defense game, very solidly made. It's fun. I am definitely gonna play more privately. Yeah, double thumbs up. This is enjoyable. It doesn't really innovate on the tower defense genre, so to speak, but what it does very solidly. So thumbs up from me. Please tell me what you think. Stay awesome, and we see each other in the next video. Truly thank you for watching.